Is World War III already here? Let's dive into the religious tensions that are shaking our world right now. From the Middle East to Europe, and even within the borders of the United States, religious conflicts are bubbling up, making headlines every day. But why does it feel like Muslims, Christians, and Jews are on a collision course? First, let's talk about the historical roots. These three Abrahamic faiths have coexisted, sometimes peacefully, sometimes not, for centuries. But today, the friction seems to be more intense than ever. Political instability in regions like the Middle East has often been framed as a religious conflict, even though the reality is far more complex. Take Syria, for instance. What started as a civil uprising quickly morphed into a sectarian conflict, pulling in various factions, including extremist groups like ISIS. The battle lines were often drawn along religious affiliations, with Muslims divided among themselves and Christians caught in the crossfire. Now let's pivot to Europe. The rise of populism and nationalism has led to a surge in anti-immigrant sentiment, often targeting Muslim communities. Countries like France and Germany have seen a spike in hate crimes and protests, with religious identity at the core of these tensions. In the United States, the story is no different. The political rhetoric has heightened divisions, with some leaders framing the fight against terrorism as a war against Islam. This narrative fuels Islamophobia and creates an atmosphere of fear and mistrust. But it's not just Muslims facing the heat. Anti-Semitism is on the rise, particularly in Europe and America. Synagogues have been attacked, Jewish cemeteries vandalized, and anti-Semitic rhetoric is becoming alarmingly common. This fuels the notion of an inevitable clash between Jews and Muslims, with Christians often caught in the middle, sometimes as allies, sometimes as adversaries. So, is World War III already here? Maybe not in the traditional sense of global armies clashing on battlefields, but religious tensions are creating a war of ideologies, one that's playing out in our streets, our politics, and our media. But here's the kicker: these conflicts aren't purely religious. They are often rooted in political, economic, and social grievances. Religion becomes a banner under which these battles are fought, but it's not the sole cause. So what can we do? Recognize the complexity. Understand that reducing these conflicts to a simple Muslims versus Christians and Jews narrative is not only inaccurate, but dangerous. It fuels the very tensions we need to diffuse. Stay informed, stay critical, and most importantly, stay compassionate. We need more understanding and less division. The stakes are high, and the future depends on our ability to see beyond religious labels and work towards peaceful coexistence. Thanks for watching. If you found this video insightful, please like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into current affairs.